What's going on, Raw Alliance? Welcome back to a brand new Star Wars Battlefront 2 related video. Now in this video I'm going to be going over some new concept art again because everybody seems to be liking these EA Star Wars Battlefront 2 concept art videos at the moment. But today we're going to be going over some EA Star Wars Battlefront 2 game mode loading screen concept art. Now it's not what it's going to be obviously when the game comes out, and it's not the best concept art in the world, but I still think it's really cool to go over. And we're going to be starting by going over each planet individually. We've got Starkiller Base, we have Takodana, and we have Jakku. So the first one coming on screen, you get to see the Supremacy loading screen for Takodana, and it is pretty amazing, to be honest with you. I would like to see all of these concept arts kind of become real, and it gives you a bit of a sense of what EA Star Wars Battlefront 2 is going to be about. So it's always good to see them, whether I make them myself or whether fans make them and then submit them, or I just generally get tagged in tweets for concept art. The second we have Blast for Takodana again. I do think this is quite a cool concept art. I did come up with this for myself, so I might be being biased in that sense. But like I said, it just gives you a bit of a sense of what EA Star Wars Battlefront 2 is going to be about, how it's going to be, what it's going to feel like, what it's going to look like, and I honestly can't wait for this game to come out, or we start getting sort of information and screenshots and things like that for this game. It's probably going to be a while away though before we get anything official, so do keep that in mind. Next we have Fighter Squadron for Takodana, and this is probably my favourite bit of concept art. The image is so HD, it's unreal really. It works really well with the sort of blurred out menu part where it tells you about the game mode. And the X-Wing chase and the TIE Fighter stands out really well. It just looks great in my opinion. The tips stay the same in every single one of these. I couldn't really change the tips sort of bar or whatever you want to call it, but I could obviously change what it said and the image behind it. We do have another one for Takodana, but I'm going to save it right till the end because I think this is probably going to be the more interesting one that people want to talk about in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about these concept arts, by the way. Don't just sort of look at them and then go away. Let me know what you think about the concept arts, what you want to see next, and whether you have any concept art yourself. So for the next one, we're going to be going over Jakku. Now I have a bit of a sort of hero hunt on Jakku type concept art. It is from one of the first scenes that we get to see in Star Wars The Force Awakens, where Kylo Ren attacks that tiny little village on Jakku, trying to find BB-8 and the map to Luke Skywalker. I think this would be a pretty cool map for Hero Hunt, considering we see Poe Dameron get sort of hunted by the First Order on this particular sort of village. So to see this as a map in EA Star Wars Battlefront would be pretty cool, and it would bring back a lot of memories for a lot of players. Again, we have a Fighter Squadron concept art for Jakku. Now this is really cool again. The TIE Fighters look amazing. I don't think these actually are First Order TIE Fighters. I think they're just normal Empire TIE Fighters. But this is concept art from the actual movie, I think it is, or it's fan-made art, which I just borrowed to use for this particular concept art for EA Star Wars Battlefront 2. And again, it's just giving you a sense of what the game is going to sort of feel like. It's nothing official, I don't really have loads to talk about. I have just borrowed game modes from the current EA Star Wars Battlefront to make these concept arts of. Next we have Droid Run on Jakku, and I think this would make a great map for Droid Run. I've changed the write-up slightly though, as you can probably tell if you are reading it now while it's on screen. It says BB-8, R2-D2 and C-3PO are moving around on the planet. Rebels and Imperials must fight to claim them. The side that claims and controls all three droids will win. Now, the reason I've changed these to BB-8, R2-D2 and C-3PO is because there are now three main droids in the Star Wars franchise. So, going by my sort of thinking here, it would be cool to see Droid Run change slightly to feature droids which are important characters from the movies. If you think that's a good idea, let me know in the comment section below again, so, you know, we can kind of make our voices heard. So next we're going to move on to Starkiller Base. Now for Starkiller Base I have a standard Heroes vs Villains loading screen which does feature Kylo Ren and Rey from the first fight they actually have with lightsabers in The Force Awakens. This image is really cool, and again it just gives you a sense of the heroes that are going to be in EA Star Wars Battlefront 2, because EA Star Wars Battlefront 2 is going to revolve around the new movies, and the new movies are obviously Episode 7 The Force Awakens, Episode 8 which is still untitled, and I imagine DLC is probably going to come from Episode 8 rather than it being based on Episode 8 itself. Next we have a new sort of game mode that I kind of briefly came up with just to put onto this concept art, and it is called Planet Killer. Now this game mode would work in a way which battle station does, where you destroy the Death Star. But on this game mode, you would obviously destroy Starkiller Base. The first part, I think, would be something to do with Rebel soldiers attacking Imperial Stormtroopers on the base, trying to deactivate the shields so the X-Wings could come in. The second part could be where the X-Wings come in and fight the TIE fighters and things like that to try and move onto the final stage where you take control of Poe Dameron's X-Wing, similar to what happens in Battle Station, and try to destroy Starkiller Base once and for all. Again, let me know down in the comment section if you think that's a good idea and you would like to see that sort of game mode in EA Star Wars Battlefront 2. Now finally, this last bit of concept art was kept until last because it has something that I think a lot of EA Star Wars Battlefront fans will want if they have played the original Star Wars Battlefront games, which is Galactic Conquest, as you can see coming on screen now. This would be part of sort of a story which follows The Force Awakens and Episode 8. Now, the way I think this would work is similar to how Galactic Conquest worked in the original Star Wars Battlefront games, where you selected a planet and you were given a sort of story mission for that planet. And for instance, on Takodana, it would be where you have to defend BB-8 and try and get him off the planet as quickly as possible or as easily as possible, while the First Order are trying to attack the planet and take BB-8 because he has the map to Luke Skywalker. Again, let me know down in the comment section below if you think that is a good idea. These are as many concept arts as I could actually come up with for game mode loading screens for this particular game. If you want to see more, let me know down in the comment section below and let me know which concept art was your favourite. Smash a like on the video if you have enjoyed it, and if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, join the Aurora Alliance, to be kept up to date with all things Star Wars. Other than that, may the Force be with you.